A young ventriloquist is touring clubs. One night, he's doing a show at a small club in Arkansas. With his dummy on his knee, he's going through his usual dumb blonde jokes when a blonde woman in the fourth row stands on her chair and starts shouting,
"I've heard enough of your stupid blonde jokes. What makes you think you can stereotype women that way? What does the color of a person's hair have to do with her worth as a human being? It's guys like you who keep women like me from being respected at work and in the community and from reaching our full potential as a person. Because you and your kind continue to perpetuate discrimination against not only blondes, but women in general, and all in the name of humor."
The ventriloquist is embarrassed and begins to apologize when the blonde yells,
"You stay out of this, mister! I'm talking to that little jerk on your knee!"
A girl goes to the doctor's office for a checkup. As she takes off her blouse, the doctor notices a red H on her chest.
"How did you get that mark on your chest?"
asks the doctor.
"Oh, my boyfriend goes to Harvard, and he's so proud of it that he never takes off his Harvard sweatshirt, even when we make love,"
she replies. A couple of days later, another girl comes in for a checkup. As she takes off her blouse, the doctor notices a blue Y on her chest.
"How did you get that mark on your chest?"
asks the doctor.
"Oh, my boyfriend goes to Yale, and he's so proud of it that he never takes off his Yale sweatshirt, even when we make love,"
she replies. A couple of days later, another girl comes in for a checkup. As she takes off her blouse, the doctor notices a red M on her chest.
"Do you have a boyfriend in Michigan?"
asks the doctor. The girl replies, "No, but I have a girlfriend at Wisconsin." A clergyman was walking down the street when he came upon a group of boys about 10 years of age surrounding a dog. Concerned, he went over and asked them what they were doing. One of the boys replied,
"This dog is an old neighborhood stray. We take him home with us sometimes, but only one of us can take him home. So we're having a contest. Whichever one of us tells the biggest lie can take him home today."
Of course, the Reverend was shocked.
"You boys shouldn't be having a contest telling lies,"
he exclaimed. He then launched into a 10-minute sermon against lying, beginning,
"Don't you boys know it's a sin to lie?"
and ending with,
"Why, when I was your age, I never told a lie."
There was complete silence for a minute or so. Then, as the Reverend smiled with satisfaction that he'd gotten through to them, the smallest boy gave a deep sigh and said,
"All right. Give him the dog."
On Black Friday, a wife drags her husband out to the mall to attend all the sales. Midway through the mall, the wife notices that her husband is missing. Annoyed, she calls him on his cell phone. The wife says,
"Where are you? You know we have lots of sales to get to."
He replies, "Do you remember the jewelers we went into about 10 years ago and you fell in love with that diamond necklace? Remember how I couldn't afford it at the time and I said that one day I would get it for you?" Little tears start to flow down his wife's cheek as she gets all choked up.
"Yes, I do remember that shop,"
she replies. The husband adds, "Well, I'm just getting ready to order a few beers at the bar next to it." A redneck is hiking through the woods with two Native Americans. As they come across a cave, one of the natives yells, "Whoop, whoop!" Another voice calls from the cave,
"Whoop, whoop!"
The native then strips out of his clothes and runs into the cave.
"What was that all about?"
asks the redneck. The other native explains, "It's our mating ritual. A woman who is ready to mate will wait in a cave. If we come across a cave, we yell inside. If we hear a call back, We know we can go in and meet with her. A few minutes later, they come across another cave. The remaining native yells, "Whoop, whoop!" Another voice calls from the cave,
Whoop, whoop.
Without hesitation, the second native takes off his clothes and runs inside. Now all alone, the redneck continues on his way. Eventually, he comes across a very large cave.
There must be a large, beautiful woman in there,
He thinks to himself.
Whoop, whoop!
He calls out. A very loud whoop, whoop comes from the cave.
Wow, she's got a voice.
He thinks.
Sounds like she's larger and beautifuler than I imagined.
He strips off his clothes and runs into the cave. The next day, the headline in the local newspaper reads,
Naked redneck run over by train.
A bear, a moose, a fox, and a snail are playing cards around a table. Suddenly, the bear lets out a faint roar and says,
Guys, I'm hungry. Could someone go buy some chips or something?
The moose shakes his head and nods towards the fox. The fox irritatingly slams his little paw on the table and mutters,
Why me? Why can't the moose do it?
The snail bravely interrupts the conversation before it gets out of hand and says,
Guys, there's no reason to fight. I'll go.
The bear smiles a little and hands the snail a few rolled up dollars from his pocket.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. While you're at it, buy something to drink, will you?
The snail winks, grabs the money, and briskly makes his way out the door. Half an hour goes by, then an hour, then an hour and a half. Finally, the bear snaps, drops his cards to the floor, and yells,
Hey, you know what? I think that little bugger took the money and just left.
A small yet fierce scream then comes from near the front door.
If you're gonna start talking smack about me, I'm just gonna turn around and come back.